and the customer is going to buy it, so don't destroy it. Okay, done. Yeah, good job. That's it, right?
Demonstrate you putting the clips onto the unit and just say put clips on the unit. You don't have to do the whole thing. Just show that you're putting the clips on the unit from the factory. That's why you don't have to do all these screws. It's called movie magic. You don't have to go to Saudi Arabia to film in the desert. That's what it is. It's movie magic. You don't need to show them all the clips. Where's John? Is he outside it? He has a seat. Oh no. No way. How's he sick? Okay, I'm gonna start recording.
14. Hey guys, it's Phoenix Automotive here again. In this video, we're going to show you how to hook up a 2014 manual AC Dodge Ram. Now, we've already moved the air vents and the manual AC control knobs here, as well as the shifter. And if you have a power outlet, you would put your power outlet here, but ours is just a compartment where you can put stuff. And you can see this is a 7-speed. This is also similar with the 4-speed. The only difference is yours is 4-speed. We moved the AC control panel, and this is the unit itself. The buttons at the top, we provide you these buttons, and the other buttons that are on the factory unit, such as tow haul or traction control, and if you have other buttons, those become touch control on the unit, or it becomes these buttons at the top. So don't fret, majority of your buttons are retained that are on the factory unit. With that said, this is what you get. You get the main harness, and you can see we've already plugged in the decoder box right here. It's a big connector, connect that, and the other end you don't have any connection to. Other harnesses you get is a USB to mini USB connector, and that connects right here. However, if yours doesn't fit, then don't need to use it. And sometimes what this does is it retains one of the factory USB ports on your vehicle, but I've seen sometimes this adapter doesn't work very well, so test and see if it works or doesn't. If it doesn't work, no need to use this. And where that plugs in is to this yellow plug. There's 2 USB ports. But right now we're going to show you the connections. So other stuff you get is a GPS antenna, RCA females for aux in, so you can put a video source into the unit to show on our unit. And there's also 2 RCA outs to output whatever video source you put inside aux V. You also have this blue connector for aftermarket sound for RCA R and RCA left. And you have video outputs right here as well. Now these video outputs will only output what you have putting into aux V right here. You also have an extension cable, and this extension cable is for that AC board, just so that you have easier, more leeway. And there's also a 2-prong connector that needs to go on the main harness. So you can see on the main harness there is a 2-prong green and black, and this needs to connect so that we can talk with the AC controls, and the AC controls is right here. So let's show you how to hook this up. So far on the main harness, I have the red box connected with the other end not connected. I also have this T harness, which I have a 2-prong connector, a green and black wire that I have connected here. And you can see the AC control that initially went into the knobs will go right here. So it's an extension piece. Let's put that in. And now this vehicle does not have a factory backup camera. So what we've done is we've actually put an aftermarket backup camera. We've routed the wire from the back of the car, and this is the wire here, and we've tapped into ACC, which is a wire we found on the main harness. Now if you guys have a rear view mirror backup camera, our unit will not show the factory backup camera. It'll still be in your rear view mirror, and you need to splice into that video wire on your rear view mirror and kind of do what we did, just make it into a male RCA. So if you have factory backup camera, you can see on our main harness there is a male yellow RCA that's labeled reversing video in. This male RCA is the factory backup camera, and that needs to plug into the back of our unit. So looking at the back of our unit, there is an RCA female here where we would plug in the main harness into this yellow RCA for the factory video feed. If you have aftermarket, which we do, we're going to use our aftermarket RCA and put it through here. So that's how to get the factory backup video feed. When you go in reverse, it should trigger. Looking at the back of this unit, there's 2 things we can connect: the GPS antenna, and that's the GPS antenna here. We can connect it to here. And the GPS antenna, we like to route it either inside the car or somewhere outside the dash where it'll get green bars when you're looking at the interface when the unit turns on. So we'll leave the GPS antenna here. This is the main harness. Like I said, we have the AC connection right here, and this AC connection goes to the bottom right here, which is where our AC knobs are for the 7-speed. So when we flip this over, we'll plug this to here. Other connections to make, we have red and white RCAs. Now these red and whites, one of them is labeled AUX-L and AUX-R, and the other one is labeled CDR and CDL. So if your factory vehicle has a CD player and you still want to use the CD player, this is where the sound signals will come out through CDR. And if you want to retain the CDR, the CD sound, you have to use the white connector. The white connector goes right here. And you have to plug it into AUXR and AUXL for the CD to still have sound. You can only choose one or the other to have CD sound or the AUX sound. Some vehicles have a 3.5 jack, and you can plug in your phone through that 3.5 jack, and this is where that sound will come through. So you got to plug it into AUXL and AUXR. So we're not going to plug these two. We're not going to plug the factory backup camera. We're going to plug in our aftermarket backup camera. The other one is the radio. You can see the radio top here, and this is also on the main harness. It's a kind of box looking thing. It plugs right to there. And then this right here plugs into the factory radio antenna. With our vehicle, it's this white antenna right here. So we can plug that right there. Now the next thing to plug is the main harness. So the main harness is this big box plug. And you can see here we also have a big box plug. Now it works like a latch. So you can see I already clipped in the latch, but make sure the latch is up. You just got to push in and out. That way the latch is open. Now you can connect the plug. After you connect the plug, the latch should come right back down and clip right in. So there, the latch clipped in. That's how you clip it in. Again, to remove it, you just press and it'll pop right open and open up. So let's put that there and clip it right in. Other connectors, other than the RCAs, we have this up here. Now this connector is a small connector that connects down here. There you go. And then the other one is the top buttons. So we provide you these buttons. There's a plug right there. And you just need to plug it into here. It's a little difficult to get to, but just find an angle to put it in. Make sure you put it in the right orientation, and it should clip right in. Let's see. There you go. So those are all the connections to make. Any other connections? We do have this. It's an adapter. Make sure you plug in the USB ports. If you have built-in CarPlay on your unit, one of these USB ports is your built-in CarPlay. Plug in your phone to one of these and see which one opens up built-in CarPlay. So built-in CarPlay will use the Z-Link app. If you bought the CarPlay dongle or the wireless CarPlay dongle, you're gonna need to connect your white or black dongle into one of these USB ports and download a different app called Android AutoKit APK. We have a video on how to use the dongle and also a video on how to use the built-in CarPlay. So built-in CarPlay uses Z-Link. Apple CarPlay dongle or Android Auto CarPlay dongle uses AutoKit APK. And this yellow connector goes right here. Okay. So if you plan on hooking up an aftermarket sound system, you need to use two of the connectors. You need to use the white connector and the blue connector. The blue connector have your right and left RCA for front, and the white connector has your RCA RL. So these are your 4 sets for front and back speakers. So if you plan on hooking up an aftermarket sound system with 4 speakers, you would hook it up to these. The blue one and the white one have right and left, right and left. We are not using an aftermarket sound system, we're using the factory one. So far everything is connected except for the backup camera. Let's connect the aftermarket backup camera. And if I want to retain one of the factory USB ports on the car, I would connect this adapter and then connect this side straight into the one on the Dodge Ram and connect it like so. That way we can retain one of the USB ports in the arm area. So this USB port would go from here all the way to here and then to our unit. Now I've seen sometimes the connection is not the most stable, so test yours out to see if it works before fully installing. If it doesn't work, just remove it and route these 2 USB ports either to your glove compartment, or some people do it to their kick plate near their gas pedal. Just somewhere where you can access these 2 cables. There's a zip tie, and so these cables are longer, you can route them over. So with that said, anything else to connect? Let's see. Last thing to connect is the main connector. This main connector goes right to the top here, like so. And a couple things to connect. You need to connect the shifter, and the shifter is right here. So let's connect the shifter to have that come on.
Turn around.
Other things to connect is the AC control board, which we had a extension to, and that green and black 2-prong connector. So let's connect the AC board. Another one would be this red plug. I don't think that is needed. Let's see, this red plug goes right here, and next to it there's a red and black one. That doesn't look like it goes anywhere either. So we just have to connect this red and gray one to the back right here, as you can see here. So let's move the unit closer.
This one's for the tail brake switch.
Oh, okay.
We don't have it.
Okay, so this black and red one is for vehicles that have the trailer brake switch. So this would go straight to the factory thing you have, and we don't have that. We have a compartment here where you can put keys inside or something. So theoretically, if you had a trailer brake switch, you would plug this black and red one there. So this gray and red one, we're gonna plug right to here. Just to note, you can see we use the white one for the radio antenna. You can see here we use the white one for the radio antenna. There's also a yellow one. So if you have yellow and white, use the white one for the radio, or you can test which antenna gives you better signal. So lastly, let's connect that gray and red wire. Okay, connected. What we can do now is we can move the unit inside the housing. Huh? Oh, it fell off. It fell out. It fell out. So we've routed the wires in the back so that you could fit the actual unit into its position, and now you just need to clip it in. Now these clips, you need to use your factory clips and move them over to our unit. Another thing is, if you recall, we also provided a cover piece, and that cover piece would go right here, but we already have the cover piece in place earlier in the install. So let's turn on the vehicle and see if it boots up. So now that we've put the clips on, we've clipped it into the vehicle, we can turn on the engine. You can see right now that the hazard buttons do work, and if we turn it on, let's try to turn on the air conditioning. Air conditionings do work. So right now the door shows open. It probably is. Let's try to open the door again and close it. So now the door does close. Let's see a couple things to test. See if your AC controls are working. Also, see if radio has sound. So if we press radio, we do have sound. Does the steering wheel controls work? Does this have volume up? This vehicle does not have volume up or down, but this one volume does work. We can go to a station and it does find the station.
85-1049. Si no gana el caso, usted...
To save a station, you just press and hold and it will change that station. So now it's 97.1.
Cómodo te sientas.
Press and hold and it should program the station. If you want to stop the radio, we can press the multi-window button at the top right and press clear all. And then these buttons at the top, you can change the position of them. You can see I changed the position of the radio. There is 2 pages, so you have to swipe through each page. You can use navigation. Now initially it does hook up to Here We Go Maps, but you can program the navigation app to choose the map you want. And where we can do that is go into settings. If I press settings and I press settings again, it should make a big screen. The default map is Here We Go. If I press on that arrow, I can choose it to do Google Maps. So now when I go to navigation, it should open Google Maps. You can see Google Maps has opened, and this is Google Maps. Now right now we have the unit connected to the internet, so it should populate the map information. GPS did find our location, just the surrounding area is white because it first needs to connect to internet for map data. So just to check if your GPS is working, earlier like I had said with the green bars, press settings. It's a half screen. If we press settings again, we can make it full screen. And now we can go to GPS monitor. And right now we are having green bars on the GPS antenna. So our GPS is working. We have a minimum of 3 satellites. And if I go into more settings, I can choose Wi-Fi and network and internet. And right now we're connected to our internet here in the office. So if I go back to navigation, it should pull up my Google Maps, and you can see now internet is populating that data. To use maps for offline use, you have to download these maps for offline use. So initial setup, you do have to connect to internet to download the maps. Other things you can do with the unit, most of our units, almost all our units, you can do phone link. Phone link is just a screen mirroring of your phone. So say you want to show your phone screen onto the unit. I can do for Android phone, this is a Galaxy Note 9, you can do it on Android USB, connecting it to the USB port, or doing through Android Wi-Fi. But of course, Android Wi-Fi is just wirelessly. Initial setup, you do have to connect it. And iPhone, you can only have a wireless option. Now, if you have built-in CarPlay and you made that $40 add-on purchase, you would be pressing Car Auto, and Car Auto would open the Z-Link app. And to use this, you just need to plug in your phone to the USB port that's labeled OTG or USB 1. The OTG port is Oscar, Terry, Giraffe. If you purchase the CarPlay dongle, then you need to be using the white or black dongle you got. Plug it into the USB ports, and in the apps, you need to have AutoKit downloaded. So this unit, the units don't have AutoKit APK downloaded already. We do have a YouTube video on how to use that app for the CarPlay dongle, and the description has the link to download the file and install the file. You can see there's also one that's called Customize, and if I change the position here, Customize app, if we go into settings and we go to app customize, we can make this app, we can use this app to open anything we want. And you can see right now it's not mapped to anything, so when I press app customize, it takes me to this screen where I can program the application I wanted to open. So say I want app customize to open up the Google Play Store, I would double click Play Store, check mark. Now you can see the name has changed to Play Store. So when I press the customize app, Play Store will open. And now it's going to ask me to sign into my account, so I can sign into my Google Play Store account. Don't have that with us right now. Other things to check is to see if your Bluetooth mic is working. So press the Bluetooth icon at the top. You can see the device name is BT39BC and the passcode is 1234. So when we do try to connect, if I show right here on my smartphone, if I go to my Bluetooth settings, right now my Bluetooth is on. I have to find BT39BC, which I did find. I'm gonna press that to connect. It's gonna ask me for a passcode. On this unit, Bluetooth pairing request, okay, we can press okay. It's gonna try to connect. Couldn't connect. So the reason cannot connect is because we need to go on our unit's Bluetooth settings. And if I go to Bluetooth devices here, you can see my Note 9 is popping up. I do need to press that and press the green connection button. So I just pressed the green connection button. I'm gonna allow it access. Now that I've allowed it access, it is connected. So I'm guessing it used the password here and gave it to my phone. If it does ask for a passcode, we can go back to settings and the passcode is 1234. So let's try to play some music through Bluetooth. If I go to BT Music here and I go to Spotify, so right now it's playing Spotify right now. I can go next track and it will change the next track. Or I believe this has a voice command, so if I go next track, you can see it does go to the next track. Pause. Pause. Stop. Stop music. Pause music. Next track. Backtrack. Previous track. So that's the Bluetooth hooked up to the unit. You can again make phone calls. So let's try to make a phone call. Keypad. So making a phone call right now.
Thank you for calling Phoenix Automotive. This call may be recorded for quality and training purposes.
And the same thing can be done on the unit itself. If we press Bluetooth, go to Bluetooth here. Let's dial a number. Keypad 323-917-9038. Dial. And the phone call does go through.
Thank you for calling Phoenix Automotive. This call may be recorded for...
So that's a quick rundown of the unit itself. If you have any other questions, send us an email or give us a call at 323-917-9038. You can see RPM reading and also speed is reading. Let's show that really quick. RPM and speed. And that does it with this video. This is a full demo on the unit. Any other questions, let us know and we'll be able to answer you. This is the backup camera, forgot to show you that, but this is an aftermarket backup camera. Your factory backup camera will also look similar to this. If you want to get a better camera, you can just connect through RCA. So you can see we have AC controls down here, and when I pressed it, this window does pop up. However, AC controls are not through this touch screen control here. It's through the factory AC control knobs. So this is just a little window that pops up when you do press the bottom here. Couple settings you can try to customize. If you go to settings and you go to user settings, we have auto run Navi. What that does, if I have it on and I turn on my vehicle, the unit will automatically turn on the navigation app. We have it as off because when we turn on our vehicle, we don't want the Google Maps to open. Auto split screen Navi allows you to split screen your navigation app. So if I press navigation, it will go full screen. If I press navigation again, it will go half screen. So that's what auto split screen Navi is. Another thing we can show you is track line. So track line on and off. Right now it's off. So when we go in reverse, there is no track line. However, this track line is from the factory vehicle. So if I turn track line on, you can see our track line will show as well. And that's our track line, and it does sync with the steering wheel when we turn it. So we're going to turn track line off again. Other settings you can check is display speed, meter. So display speed, if I press meter, you can see RPM and speed here. However, if I choose compass, it will change to a different look. And we can just have it off altogether. I personally like the meter. I can see the RPM and speed. The next thing is miles per hour or kilometers. Right now it's on miles per hour. Temperature unit set, that's the temperature here. But again, this is a manual AC vehicle, so it's gonna tell the temperature by this knob right here, and it's just giving you a rough estimate of the degrees of the temperature. The next thing is brake detect. So make sure you have brake detect off. What that allows you to do is have your video feed showing. So if we go to video, you can see that the video looks like so. And if we have brake detect off or on, our video will be disabled. So to get rid of this disabled function here, go to settings, look for brake detect in user settings, and set that as off. Other things to note, if you have built-in CarPlay and you plug in your phone and it's charging, and it's not opening the Z-Link app and Z-Link is not working, try to check in user settings and see if Car Auto Apple device, Car Auto Android device, see if it's on mobile connection and not the setting charge only. And for auto run Car Auto, when your phone is connected, up to you whether you want to have that on or off. If you have it on, just when you connect your phone, Z-Link will open up. If your unit is lagging or a little, you could also try to turn off background processes to let it run more efficiently. That does it with this video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.